Welcome to the Art of Vibrancy podcast. It's a place where inspired experts distill their brilliance down into simple, practical advice that you can use right away. It's 8 minutes, it's 4 questions, and it's one practical piece of advice that you can put into use today. Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time of the day it is where you are, and welcome once again to the Art of Vibrancy podcast. Today we've got a wonderful treat for you. We've got the one and only Barb How do you say your name, Barb?
Minemier.
Minemier. Barb Minemier. She's with us today, and just tell our audience, Barb, where you're from, where you're speaking from today.
I'm coming from Bloomfield, New Jersey, which, if you're not familiar, you're from Europe. We're like 10 miles west of New York City.
Right. I can hear it in your accent. You've got that East Coast sound. Fabulous. Right. Let me just tell our audience a little bit about you, Barb. Barb has been a practicing holistic nutrition coach for the past 10 years. She's all about counting the chemicals, not the calories. I love that, Barb. Barb busts through all the myths and misinformation out there to help her clients achieve optimal health. So feeling good in their body again, free from pain and limitation. She's a sought-after speaker for organizations, corporations, and wellness events. Barb is known for her tell it like it is approach. We're going to get a bit of that today, I think, are we, Barb?
A little bit.
Her tell it like it is approach that empowers audience members to take control of their energy levels, increase their focus and overall wellness. This results in better engagement, productivity and satisfaction in the workplace and, of course, in life. Okay, Barb, that's absolutely brilliant. We're going to record this into you. I've got the little timer here. So 8 minutes, 4 questions, starting from now. Okay, Barb, what in your experience is the biggest problem that people face as they age with regard to staying healthy, well, and positive?
Well, I know that the added on to that was, what are the roadblocks that they put in their own way? You know, they want to change, but what are the roadblocks? Excuse me. And, you know, Rob, I look at this through a totally different lens. You know, I see it as a lack of education and understanding of how food impacts our health. You know, a lot of people aren't even aware of how what they eat impacts how they feel, right? And I also put a lot of that responsibility on the medical profession for not educating their patients. How do you have a patient come into you suffering from acid reflux and you tell them to take Pepto-Bismol, Prevacid, or prescribe an acid blocker and send them on their way without even asking them what their diet consists of? What are they eating? Because, as you know, Rob, all disease is food driven. Everything we put on the end of our fork has everything that's information for our body, right? Okay. And when we start feeding our body something that it's not good for it, it lets us know. We get burning in here, we get bloating, we get brain fog, we get stomach aches, we get headaches, you know. So I really believe that the medical profession is doing a disservice with their patients, and they're sending them on their way and having them have it to figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how about having a patient that has diabetes and heart disease, and their doctor gives them 2 different diets? And when the patient asks, well, which one do I do? We'll alternate them. How scary. I mean, it's frightening, you know, but the truth of the matter is that we have 135 medical schools here in the US. Only 4 of them have nutrition departments. Doctors are not taught nutrition. They get 2 hours in their medical curriculum about food. And the rest of it is all prescriptions, you know.
It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? It's the same in England here. It's the same in Britain.
Yeah.
It's overlooked the most important thing, which is what we put in our bodies.
Absolutely. It's key.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Yes.
Our audience are very interested in that. So, this brings us on to question number 2 quite nicely. What are the common mistakes or misconceptions that people have about solving that problem? So they're going to the doctor and they're just getting drugs. They're not getting told what to eat.
Well, the number one thing in my world, and I hear it from my friends as well. Yeah. Well, I'm getting older. It makes sense that, I would have some joint pain or some bloating. They attribute their symptoms to aging. And I tell them that has nothing to do with it. When you're in your late 50s, early 60s, and you think because I'm getting older that I should have these symptoms, it's not true. It's not true. Again, it has everything to do with what we're eating. And as you said before, I'm all about count the chemicals, not the calories. Because in my world and in my experience, it's the chemicals, the pesticides, all those things in our foods, the food dyes, natural flavors, which, 100 different chemicals hide behind that, but they get away with it, right? All these loopholes we have. That is what is making us fat and sick. Yeah. Hands down, really. And also all the sugar as well. So yeah, I think the biggest misconception is that as we age, these things will come upon us and we have to accept it.
Yeah.
And even the doctors will give them a prescription for something and you'll probably have to take this the rest of your life kind of thing. Or they put them on a statin or, high blood pressure medication, and they have side effects too.
Absolutely.
Okay, that make you sicker. So yeah, food is medicine. We got to get that out, Rob. Food is medicine.
Food is medicine.
The healing powers of food are immense, and it costs you nothing but the price of going to the supermarket and buying it.
Buying the good stuff, the right stuff, exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
100%. So we should look at the history of medicine, going way, way back to Greek times and that sort of thing. Food.
And if I could just slip this in here, if you're going to a doctor who is not asking you about your diet and what you're eating, my recommendation is find another one that does.
Right.
That's
a great recommendation. Right. Question number 3. This is brilliant stuff, Barb. Thank you so much. We've got 2.5 minutes left. So what's the number one tip you could give to our audience to help them today? So a tangible, specific action that they could take right away.
Well, my number one tip would be to stay away from sugar. Sugar is at the root of all disease. Sugar is in everything. It is in your pasta. It is in your yogurts. It is in your breads. It is everywhere. It's in your food when you go out to dinner because they want you to love their food and keep coming back. So if they can get your buds going and you like it, in their mind, you're in, you'll be back. But also, with that said, we are consuming, each one of us are consuming over 152 pounds of sugar in a year. Frightening, isn't it? Well, you think about it, for all you Coca-Cola drinkers out there, God, I hope there aren't many, but take a 20-ounce bottle of Coke. It's got 15 teaspoons of sugar in that one bottle.
It's dreadful, isn't it?
Oh my God, it's frightening, and that impacts your brain health, your hormones, your digestive tract, your nervous system. It impacts every area of your health.
Brilliant.
So my tip along with that is to shop the perimeter of the supermarket. Go around the outskirts, get all the fruits and vegetables, the wild caught fish, the grass-fed beef, anything free of chemicals, and an ingredient list. Broccoli doesn't come with an ingredient label, right?
No.
So
exactly.
those are the foods we want to eat, okay? Yeah, and I'm telling you, that is why I run 3 detox groups a year, Rob. And everybody that has done my detox, because I take out anything that can possibly inflame you, gluten, dairy, nightshade vegetables, caffeine, alcohol, And in 2 short, I know I get a lot of moans on that, Rob. They go, "Oh, I don't know if I can do this."
No, but it's amazing, yeah. And this brings us to our final question, which is, what's a free resource you'd like to give our or what are you promoting? What would you like our patients?
Well, there's a couple things. My free resource for you is my valuable resource, I call it, because I'm big on education.
Right.
Okay, we need to be educated. So I have all my go-tos that I go to on the internet, okay, to get my information, get the latest on what's going on. There's recipes in there. There's GMOs. There's all kinds of information, and I encourage all of you to subscribe to their emails and educate yourself, because education is key and it's powerful.
Absolutely, yeah. So just read out the address, and then it'll also go in the notes, but I'd like to hear it on the podcast now.
Oh, the link to access it?
Yes.
Rob, I'm not prepared with that.
Don't worry, we've got it in the notes here, and it'll go directly below for anyone who's listening to this or watching this. The free the valuable resource that Barb is offering is below here. So
okay, it'll be in the comments, hopefully.
Yeah.
And do I have another minute?
1 minute, just to say we've actually run out of time, but this is brilliant. You've been so enlightening. So
thank you.
To tell our audience about your detox program.
Yeah, I just wanted them to know that I have a detox coming up September 26th. Everyone should be registered by the 17th. And I actually have a discount of it at the moment that you can take advantage of, because if you are experiencing any of the things that we've talked about here today, you will see a vast difference in doing the detox versus how you're feeling now. And I've never had anybody not have success.
Great. Right. Well, I'll put those details underneath. Barb, this has been absolutely brilliant. From myself and from the Art of Vibrancy audience, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Rob. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, great. Thanks for checking out the Art of Vibrancy podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes, subscribe, rate us, and leave a review, and I'll love you forever. And if you'd like to try my energy boosting, inflammation busting, brain and body food breakfast, head over to www.breakfastofbrilliance.com and download the recipe today. See you soon. Bye.